Well, number one, you have to know where you're going. So make sure that you have a dream or a goal of some sort. Because when you don't, what the universe does is it just gives you everything until you get so tired you're going to be forced to choose something that goes along the same. So you have to have a life strategy. So once you have a dream or a goal, then you have to set that strategy of how you're going to get to that goal. And anything that doesn't fit into that, what I call the life GPS, then you just say no, because you're just going to be wasting your time and energy, right? So you have to be able to have a strategy. And that starts with a dream or a goal. So let's say, for example, you want to get, I don't know, you want to move to another city in another continent in 5 years. Well then, the only things you're going to focus on from now till then, your strategy is you're going to make money. You're going to do whatever it is to make money. So then you're only going to take on opportunities that is productive and making you money. And anything that doesn't make you any money to go towards there, then you're going to have to evaluate, is it worth the time? So it's all about prioritizing. It depends on what it is that your goal is, right? Some people have goals that are really too small. So if you want to buy a car, well then there's not really any strategy to that. But in terms of, I'll give you an example. So when I wanted to retire before the age of 50, the only thing I could focus on that's strategic is my career. Because in my mind, that was the only way I'm going to be able to build the wealth to be able to retire, financially free before 50. So all I focused on was my career. So anything that gave me opportunities to move forward in that career, that's the only thing I did. Connections I made, people I connected with, always had to fit into that strategy of moving my career ahead. Any friends I had, so I was really, really productive. So that was my strategy, was to actually build my career to be able to be financially free by a certain age. But in the meantime, I also had that passion in my mind that I always will marry the man of my dreams. Because to me, that was another strategy, that I don't want to make the money myself. I want to be able to do it with somebody else that will help me make it. So you have to have the strategy that fits your heart and what you want in your life. It's not about what anybody else says or how anybody else does it. You really have to define who you are, and that's how your strategies will fit in. So don't take somebody else's strategy. It won't work. How do you get clarity? That's probably one of the trickiest questions in life. And that's probably a question that every single person wants to know. How do I know when I'm making the right decision in life, and how clear am I on that decision? Number one, it's always based on what you want. And if what you want is clear, then you'll be able to understand why you want it. So clarity comes with the why, not what. So you have to look at, when you want to have clarity and you're confused and whether you're making the right decision or not, you have to look at why you're making that decision. Is it because somebody else wants you to do something that you don't want to do? Because if you really wanted to do it, you'd have clarity. So the first question you should always ask is, do I really want to do it? So the second question is, what do I really want, right? So because we're so controlled by what everybody else says and what our parents told us, that we forget what we really want and what really is best for us. So the second question is asking yourself, what do I really want? If no one existed in this world, what do I really want? If I had $10 million and free to do whatever I want, what would I want? Make that shopping list. And once you define what you want, you're going to be a lot clearer in how you're going to make the next move. In the end of the day, the only thing we have to do in our life is get to know yourself. You have to know yourself. Otherwise, you're just living every day. You wake up and you don't even know why you're going to do the things you're going to do. And so the first thing, the easiest thing to do is we think that when we ask the universe a question, we're not going to get an answer. But every time I say, oh my gosh, universe, tell me what the next step is. Tell me what I should do. Something happens that shows you the way. I mean, we're not alone in this world. We're supposed to be working with everybody else. We're connected to the universe on an energetic level. So the moment you get lost, all you have to do is seriously out loud say, okay, show me the way. And within no time, I promise you, within no time, you're going to see something pop up. Either an example, like an answer comes into your head, because we have all the answers. But the problem is we hear also everybody else's answers. Stop asking everybody the questions on what you should do and who you should be. Just start sitting alone and talking to yourself and really tapping into yourself without all those other voices. That's the first place to start.